The Washington County Board of Education has introduced some spending priorities in the next operating budget. It even provided a budget calculator tool for the public to utilize and make suggestions to the budget. Jim, can you give us an overview and your opinion?
So I got to tell you, the budget calculating tool, the budget tool is at two levels. On two levels, it is frustrating, and it is interesting.
Yeah.
Because you look at the priorities, and whether you or not you agree with the priorities that they've laid out,
Yeah.
going through this exercise of trying to figure out how to balance their budget based on the funding,
Yeah.
it is just
It's tough, isn't
tough. It is very tough. And you know, we all talk about classroom size, and we all talk about buildings and capital improvements and all of these types of things. It truly is a difficult process.
I want to put out three facts in that this Board of Education has been one of the most fiscally responsible Board of Educations, led by the majority. It's a 7-member board. Donna Brightman, who is now the president, and Justin Harding's working with Dr. Clayton Wilcox. We have some incredibly bright people at our Board of Education, and the board is absolutely fiscally responsible. This notion and this false premise that somehow they're spending too much money, the Woody Spongs, the Terry Baker faction, the Republican Central Committee, they are just flat wrong, and they fundamentally misunderstand how money is allocated and how the budget process is done. And we have 3 board members who are controlled by external factions and that are also absolutely wrong. And look, they have done a great job to support teachers, to give step increases. They are trying to control classroom space. In fact, I talked to the administration and I said, guys, could you tell me what your goals are for 2016? And they gave me a list of 10 goals, and just a few of them: high quality professional development, leadership development, strengthening the experience for students to receive college and career counseling at the elementary, middle school, and high school level, implement a sustainable technology plan, continue to advocate and secure necessary funding and approvals for the construction of the academic hub, and reach out and find a more diverse pool of teachers. So, I mean, I think that these are achievable goals, but I think there's a lot of obstruction based upon political partisanship and whatever on the Board of Education now that is really hampering this county.
Well, when it comes to the technology issue, I mean, the vote was 7-0 to move forward.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
After
and
a
then
lot of
there-
haggling, though.
Yeah, well, then there was a couple of others where I noticed, Wayne Ridenour and,
Yeah.
maybe Harsh were on the same side of the page, and a couple
that's
of
a
the
good
other
thing to
things.
have that.
So it's not quite that clear cut to me, in terms of, they're doing a fairly good job, all things considered.
And,
I
you
have
know-
my opinions about the hub, of course, but that's a significant
You
issue.
support it,
That's not
right,
going to be
Tom?
going away. Of course I do.
I do too as well, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it makes a lot of sense for a lot of reasons.
Mm-hmm.
But
I don't think you'll find disagreement at that
I
table,
don't
at this
think,
table on
yeah,
that.
I don't
Bob?
think so.
The hub?
The basic idea, I think,
The basic idea I like, the fact that
sales might be.
the Board of Education went on another building in downtown that's not on the tax rolls, I don't like. I believe that the Board of Ed could have a developer tear down, rebuild, and lease from that developer. And it would cost them less on
Yeah.
a yearly basis and less out-of-pocket costs up
But
front.
there's a lot of misinformation being put out and promulgated by people. In fact, what you're going to see on Sunday in the Herald Mail is a letter co-authored by Terry Baker, who's also incidentally running for Congress, and by Woody Spang, whose appointment is still up in the air. They co-authored and said they will not support the academic hub. There's better ways to support BISFA. In fact, this letter was sent to me. This will be released in the Herald Mail. They wrote an open letter to the citizens of Washington County saying that the plan to move $4.4 million from instruction and other funds, which could be used to build the downtown academic hub, would be money better spent elsewhere. And as you can see, it's authored and signed by Woody Spang and Terry Baker. And I think that I don't know why Woody Spang has this beef against the school system. but it seems like that he is there just to hamper progress. I mean, he's in the Tea Party's pocket. I went to a meeting in December, the Tea Party meeting, and I was told, you can't record anything. And I said, you know what, the hell with that. All right? I put out my recorder, and I took audio of Woody Spang talking, trashing the Board of Education, trashing Clayton Wilcox. I mean, this is all they do, is they're demonizing Clayton Wilcox and claiming that he's spending too much money, whereas this has been the most fiscally responsible board that we have had in years, including that of the superintendent.
Well, you know, everybody's entitled to their opinion.
Sure.
My concerns about Woody, because there are many, are that have nothing to do with him having an opinion. I think it's great that he has an opinion. I don't like it. I don't like the fact that he seems to be a one-trick pony, or at least that appears so. And he won't talk to the press. So how would you know otherwise?
He's never talked to you, Jim. I mean, as a member, you're a member of the press. He won't talk to me. Tom, maybe you'd have better luck.
No, I saw him at a meeting, and he never said a word to
Now,
me.
he came up to, but I think that
was like
we
a
have a
cherry cake
responsible
joke.
budget, and whatever's going to happen, the Teachers Association will say, I mean, the board is pushing, a majority of this board is pushing for open negotiations with the association. Do you think the association will agree to open negotiations? No, they won't.
Well, first off, I'm a firm believer that you never negotiate in public session.
I disagree with that.
Wow.
I think it's a good idea.
I think it's a bad idea, and I think what it does is that it limits your ability to actually hash out the finer points of a contract. That, I mean, face it. When the school board when the school teachers got their last raise,
Yeah.
not everybody was happy about that.
No.
Okay, but you didn't know they were going to get that raise until after the contract was done.
Right.
Okay, so it doesn't matter. The point is that you can't openly and wholeheartedly negotiate in open session
Well-
for fear of reprisal of many different.
Well, yeah, exactly. I mean, you could just use it on like the Iran deal.
Yeah.
Well,
People want to interfere. Well, I'm just saying, I'm making your point that he's
2016
making is a good one.
in 2016, I want to make education great again.
So-
So let's make education.
Oh, okay.
Donald,
Hashtag.
do a
I'm
hashtag
gonna-
and do
Let's
that.
make education great again. And with that, up next, what's in store for the Hagerstown Sons?